That is really nice of you to say, but I need you to know that even after so many years of doing work in front of the camera, I still struggle with it every single time because I will start talking and I'll fumble my words and I'll curse myself out and I'll clear my throat and then start over again like 20 times in a row until I get it right. If you could see behind the scenes the difference between my first take and my last take, I think you would feel a lot better about where you currently are. That is really nice of you to, that is really nice of you to say, but if you, and I'll screw up some of my words and then I'll curse them. So if you knew how much I did that, the best advice that I ever received when it comes to speaking on camera was actually from a theater class that I took in college, where the teacher said, if you and another actor are sitting in a room and you're rehearsing a scene, and someone pokes their head into the room and thinks, oh, those two people are rehearsing a scene, then you're not doing it very well because your conversation wasn't believable and people could tell that there was something out of the ordinary. But if they peek into the room and think it's just a normal conversation between two people, then you're coming off a lot more natural and authentic. Think about the conversations that you have with your partner or your family or your coworkers. You don't think to put emphasis on syllables that maybe aren't natural. You're not adding pauses that don't really belong there like you're some sort of bad soap opera actor. Miranda, your husband, he's in a coma. He's got amnesia, too. We don't know. He's gonna make it. We also did a DNA test. He's not your husband. He's your husband's identical twin. Do you understand anything I'm saying? You don't seem to grasp you don't know what's going on. In your day-to-day life, you're probably not too focused on the way that you're saying the words that you're saying. You're just focused on communicating with another human. So if it's helpful, picture the camera as someone that you know, someone in your life that you're just having a regular conversation with. You could even cut out a picture of them and stick it next to the camera if you want. I use Uncle Jesse.
You mean John Stamos?
No, I mean Uncle Jesse. Think about it less like a presentation that you're giving at work, because I think there's a specific way of speaking that doesn't sound natural when you're in front of a room full of people and you're trying to get through a whole bunch of topics from your PowerPoint. And think about it more like a one-on-one conversation with a friend. You want your audience to feel, like you're having a conversation with them. And I feel like that's going to make it a lot more natural. Another aspect that I think is going to help is I used to script out all of my videos word for word and write them exactly how I wanted to say them, and making sure that I cover all of the points that I felt were important to convey in the video. But the more that I did that, the stiffer I felt, and I felt like, man, this is not engaging, this is not natural. So I started bullet pointing. Here are the 3 main things that I need to cover in this section. And I'll look at those bullet points and think about them, and then I will just work those into my conversation. And I feel like that has made it more conversational, and I feel much more comfortable with the way that it's coming across, instead of being very scripted and feeling like I'm in an infomercial and just reading off of a cue card. This feels more engaging to me. But I do think it can be less concise because there are things that I gloss over or forget about that I really wanted to include. And then when I'm editing it later, I'm like, oh gosh, I forgot this point or that point. And then I just, kind of deal with it and stuff. So I do think that there's a trade-off between the conciseness of the content that you want to include in your video versus how natural it sounds and what your conversational tone is. So over time, I feel like you can find the right balance between those two. I don't get it right 100% of the time. And, it's just something that I'm still trying to grow and evolve over time. So thank you for the comment, and I appreciate the kind feedback. But please know that I am nowhere near as comfortable as you think I am, and you're probably not as far off as you think you are.